Right guys, here we are on Euro Truck Simulator 2 again. We are on the Mario map and we are in that town there, Florianopolis I think it's called, and we have a couple of diggers on a flatbed trailer and we're heading south into Argentina. We're going to one of my favourite places to go to. We're going to Villanueva, right up in the mountains. Now the important thing about this is not the fact that we're going on this trip. It's to test the latest version of the Frosty Winter mod by Grimes, version 6.8. There are 3 files that you can download off his webpage, and you can download the actual Frosty Winter mod on its own. You can also download the heavy add-on, the heavy winter add-on, and you can also download the physics add-on, which adds a physics change to the trucks, because most of the winter mods will add the snow effects on the road, but they don't change the physics effects on the road. But this physics effects mod I have installed along with it, so we'll see how the truck drives, and we should have a few mountain roads to go in this as well, so that will give it a proper test, see how we can handle it. Probably not very well, as most of the time we've seen on these videos, but let's go. So as I say, it's just a couple of diggers, and I'm trying to see how far we got to go in this damn thing. 1500 miles, right? Let's not hang about anymore, let's go. So the heavy add-on gives you, I think, like more snow effect on the ground and on the roads, rather than so much of just the frost on its own. I've had this installed before. And I've got the physics mod add-ons sitting above the heavy add-on, and then you have the Frosty add-on third, so hopefully that's in the right order. It certainly tells you to make sure that the heavy add-on is installed above the Frosty file itself, so we'll soon find out if we start to go slipping and sliding into a corner, if we're going in too fast. I always found the most confusing thing about this was the disorientation with the road markings and stuff like that with this add-on. That was always the thing that caused me a problem. I think it affects your braking slightly differently as well. Oh shit. There's a first mistake. That's the thing that confuses me with this mod, is the actual lines in the road. And we are 5 minutes into the trip, not even 5 minutes, and I'm already stuck. Well, that definitely changes the physics, because the truck's just sliding all over the place in reverse. Right, well, we're going to have to bail out of that one. And it does change the physics, I can confirm that. Right, I think we're good to go again. Now, I did have a graphics mod installed prior to installing this winter mod, but you have to make sure you take out all other graphics mods before you install this one. You can't run this, or it's not advisable to try running this mod with any other graphics mod. The main thing you need to be careful with is when you have the physics mod installed, you need to be careful heading into corners. Now, it's weird me saying that, having just crashed straight into the crash barriers not 2 minutes after starting the trip. Because you will find the truck tends to want to go in one direction, and it generally isn't the direction that you're wanting to go in when you turn too sharply. This is the automatic one over here, I'm not sure. I think it is. Going into land somewhere, I think. See the lights flashing above. That's how confusing it gets when you lose track of these lines in the road. I almost crashed into a barrier there, or a road sign anyway. Probably safer driving full beam, that way I can hopefully see most things that are coming towards me, or I'm about to hit. So it's 4:25 in the morning. Daylight will take longer to come in because we've also got the winter daylight times as well, I think, in this mod. So any daylight we get won't be a great deal. That's the other thing you've got to look out for, is these random events, which is why I keep zooming in, just in case there's something up ahead I'm about to crash into. Yeah, I think we might as well just go and put a splash and dash in the fuel tank here when we've got the opportunity. Now the question is where the hell do we get in here? I think it's in here. You can just barely see the road. It totally confuses me. It just... Once you start driving in this snowy effect, you get confused with the layout of the road. At least I do. You know, you're so familiar with the normal look of the maps and the roads. Once you add this frosty winter thing in, it does confuse things slightly, as it does in snowy weather. Right, well that's us topped up. So we should in theory have about enough to finish this trip now, I think. Well, if you've never seen this route before to Villanueva, then this is all the easy going part. All of the more challenging part of the trips to come near the end of it. Now, where are we going? Are we going straight on here? We are. I mean, I've got the thing that you also notice, of course, is that on a map that you're very familiar with, landmarks and things just become you totally lose them. And obviously the problem here is we're in darkness, still haven't had any daylight yet, but on a road that I may well have driven quite a few dozen times, nothing is familiar with this this winter effect. The roads all look different, the exits look different, the on-ramps look different, everything's there to confuse you. Take it a wee bit more gentle. Lane. Right, let's have a quick look at the map and just see where we've got to. Well, we've left what is it, Florianopolis up there. We're now down here at Porto Alegre, and then we're heading south west, and we've still got all the way down there to go to Villanueva, so that's going to be, all of this is going to be the interesting bit, heading down there. And if I'm right in thinking, this part here may well be what I call the death road. I think it is. I might be wrong. I can't remember. But I think that might be it. That might be the road out of Villanueva that takes you along the death road. Right. Let's see. Oh, the other mods that I've got installed, I have, or the main mod I've got installed is that Sound Fixes mod, which is an excellent mod, which is why you can hear the vehicles passing us on the opposite side of the road. You can hear the rumble strips better, you can hear vehicles overtaking you on the inside. It does add an enhancement to the audio in the game. You can download that off Steam, part of the Steam Workshop files. Yeah, that definitely does affect the braking. I can confirm that. I should have went through that outside lane. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, your braking is affected. Braking distances are longer and your brake effect's not quite as pronounced as it normally is in the game. Getting a wee bit more light. What time's that? Is that 8:15 in the morning? Yeah, we're getting a wee bit more daylight. That's the other thing you've got to remember, to keep looking out for those bloody speed humps. Alright, he's exiting stage right. That will do nicely. There's a jaywalker walking straight in front of the truck. So glad he didn't pull out in front of us. Well, we can see we've got snow in the mountains there on the other side there, so that's working. Yeah, earlier versions of the American Truck Sim winter mod, you had mountains where there was no snow on them. This isn't part of the winter mod, this is just the dodgy road surface in this part of the road. Get the brakes on quick. Yeah. Big differences in the brakes that you're used to. That's the first thing, or the major thing you need to be wary of with this mod. Well, he decided to stop, then he decided to go. And still went through the red light. Well, there's where the sun is, over there somewhere. Just behind us. Now the funny thing here is that the trees don't have any snow effects on them. I don't know whether that's just peculiar to this part of the map or whether that's the case everywhere. We certainly don't see any evidence of any snow or frost on the trees. Now it does say on Grimes's website that the maps, that the mod's compatible with Pro mods, etc. But certainly those trees there don't have any snow or frost on them. But then again, they don't have much foliage on them. At least some of them don't. We're going to collide here. Oh shit. Well, that was a bailout and a half. And he's decided to cut right across because he was turning left. Took into no account the fact that I was overtaking him. And this guy here in the truck's just going to try and go past me. That was another occasion there where I was too busy looking at the trees and not looking at the traffic lights. But there is a valid point looking at them. I don't see the evidence of snow. Now, having said that, the American truck version of the Frosty Winter mod, it does affect the trees in that mod. There's no doubt about it, but oh no, there's one or two there. Yeah, let's not be too critical. Let's just have a... Let's have a wee look here. Hang on a sec. Yeah, you notice it better. You notice it better there. Yeah, I think it's just because of the lack of light. It didn't look as if they were, but you can see that they are there. Yeah, that one's fine because that's got no foliage on it. No, it is working. Probably better by getting out of the cab and actually be able to see it better. And you can see the snow in the mountains again. So we're getting a bit more daylight, but that's what, 10 o'clock in the morning. It won't get an awful lot better than this, I don't think. But you're getting that sort of frosty feeling looking outside. And now, of course, I'm going to have to find a resting place, so no matter how much daylight we've got, it'll probably be darkness again when we end up going back on the road. Now, what have we got here? These lines are really confusing. And now it's recovered. looking for our first resting place, wherever that's going to be. Is that something up ahead? I think it might be. See, I'm running the rumble strips a lot of the time because I can't see where they are. I'm thinking that's a track, but that's the actual rumble strip there on the right hand side. Right, we're going to have to go in the wrong side again with this one. Well, whenever you get the opportunity, just top her up. Now, I don't see where the parking area is up ahead here. It's difficult to pick the lines out wherever the hell they are. Right, I think we've found them. Right, so bang goes the daylight that we had. What time is it now? Well, we're into night time again. Coming that way. Well, we didn't get much benefit of the daylight because it's now 10 to 9 at night. Oh, that was hefty, that. the hell's he stopped for? Oh, the car in front. So we're just going to sit here and let everything else go through, are we? What the hell have we got? I think we've got a roadworks up ahead. That's what it is. We've got traffic lights. By the time we get to the head of the queue here, we'll probably be back to red. Oh no, we're okay. Couple of ponies. I'm sure these speed humps are getting bigger and bigger. That's weird. fact that this is the rough section of the road and the snow doesn't affect that one. It doesn't appear on that, so interesting. Yeah, it appeared on the other rough, sort of light rough section of road that we had. Just 10:30 at night. Where the hell are we here? I couldn't see what line to take there. Well, the good news is we're under 1,000 miles to go, 970 odd. What's these lights? What the hell are those? Tractor? Or a digger or something, I don't know what it was. To midnight. Just going for another top up. Might as well while I've got the chance. Yeah, we didn't need much, but just top it up at every opportunity we can get. That was better. We got the braking better that time. Got to brake from a longer distance, just like in real life when you're on the icy winter roads. There she is. Been texting all day since we started the trip, not a word out of her. Now, in all the versions of the Mario map that I've ever had, and I've driven pretty much everywhere on the map. I mean, I've probably driven on this road here maybe more than a dozen times, but I haven't the foggiest idea where I am. I have not got a clue. Because you can't, as I say, you can't pick out familiar landmarks. Hills or mountains that you remember, buildings that you remember. I don't even recognise anything by the road that I'm on at all. Let's have a look at the map and see where we're headed now. Right, well, there's still a fair bit to go, but we're getting to the interesting part. That's one thing. don't want to try and do anything silly like try and overtake these guys, do we? It's just a pity that we don't have the daylight to see what's going on round about us. But we're definitely heading into the mountains, no doubt about that. Overtake even on the double yellow lines just to get past them. Check something here. Estimated time of arrival is 3:44 on Saturday, and it's Friday at the moment. Slow down a wee bit to read this. And it's saying Saturday at 9 PM or just after 9 PM is when we've to arrive. And of course the other problem we've got, again, it's always the age-old problem, is that we're going to have to take a rest stop fairly shortly. in about less than 3 hours, or not much more than 3 hours game time. So this is Friday morning. Just as it's getting to a little bit of daylight, I'm going to have to go to take a rest at some point very soon. Sooner rather than later, according to the time. Still got 684 miles to go. I need to get that down nearer 600 before I take the rest. So that's a bit of a dilemma. The question is, though, where's the next resting place? So, quick look at the map and see what we've got. Right, well, we're going to make the main turn south, and from there we will only have that resting place there, or the one at the end of that route there. So I think we're going to have to just bite the bullet and take the resting place when we turn this corner. We don't have much time to play with. And then just try and eat into some of this remaining 600 odd mile, because we can't take another rest stop. We won't get the job done in time. We'll run over time. Yeah, it's going to be late in the afternoon by the time we get back on the road, I think. And we'll just overtake with him if we can. Oh, and he's chickened out. And that's us off the road. He decided to overtake. We made the mistake of trying to overtake him. Now, where the hell is he going? Right, I don't think we can get ourselves out of this. Managed it. Yeah, the golden rule is never trust the AI drivers. He made a move to overtake. I thought I'll just follow him, and then he bottled out when he saw there was something coming. So he lured me right in there, set the bait in the trap, and I just walked straight into it. Right, here's our turn to the left coming up. Our road to Villanueva. Right, you going round? I don't think I'm going to make it. I think I've gone too far, have I? Okay, just made it. Alright, it's going to have to be a U-turn into this fuel station. I think it's on the left-hand side up here. Again, quick top up. So it's 7:30 on Friday morning, so it's going to be well into the afternoon by the time we get back on the road. So that's 4 in the afternoon, and this is the best daylight we've had, I think. Not going to last long though, pity. We better make the most of it. Yeah, those don't have any snow on them, those mountains there. It must be something to do with the textures that that the mod won't stick to, if you know what I mean, on certain landscapes. But certainly, for the most part, I mean, everything around here looks fine until you look at the mountains. I think it's time to start getting the foot down a bit. Now I remember this road because I think for a fair section of it it's like this, an up and down roller coaster. Yeah, I would say that the I mean, you look at the problems you've got here with this winter mod. The winter mod's fine for probably the default maps in the game, as well as he's made it compatible with pro mods and stuff like that. But when you look at this Mario map, there's big chunks of the mountains there have no snow effect on them at all. Just like bare sandstone that you're looking at. But for the most part it works fine, you know, on all of the normal landscapes. But it does have its inherent problems with the mountains on these Mario maps. It's like winter on one side of the road and normal on the right hand side of the road here. Push on a bit, try and eat into the remaining miles so we don't have to take another rest stop. I think we're really going to struggle. You know, as long as it's a hilly, grassy texture, then the winter effect works. But when it's not, when it's like those sort of granite effects, not granite, sandstone and stuff, then it doesn't tend to stick. So you have these big, vast, barren areas where there's no snow. too fast getting into these corners. I feel the truck beginning to drift, so I need to slow down a wee bit. Just overdoing it slightly. To remember, when did it say Friday? We've got roughly 24 hours to get there. Friday 8 minutes past 9 at night is the deadline. Yeah, we nearly lost it there. We actually tilted the trailer there, could hear it bouncing. We're going too quick into these corners, definitely. We're just chasing for time here. Again. It's telling us that we've got 400. Oh Jesus, that was fatal. Too busy looking at the bloody time. Well, that has cost us. Let's have a look what we've got. We've got 13 hours. Oh, look what happened here. That has really gone weird. That has really gone weird. We're going to have to take a rest stop because there's no way we can finish this with the 12-hour time that it's talking about. I think we're going to have to load an autosave here. That was a fatal mistake. Right, let's just load the autosave. That's the perils of driving in the winter mod and not paying attention again. Right, where are we now? Halfway up a mountain. yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, we've got 400 odd miles to go, and it's telling us it's going to take us at this average speed that we're doing about 12 hours. So again, there's no way we can do that, because I don't think that we have 12 hours in the bank. No, we've got what, 5 hours odd, nearly 6 hours before we need to take another rest. And then if you look at the time we're at the moment, it's, yeah, it's 24 hours until we have to make it there. So 21, it's going to be after midnight, well after midnight, when we take a rest, if we find a resting place at the point we need it. And then when you add on, like, or you take away the 8 or 9 hours that you're going to lose from taking the rest, you've then only got a very short time left to make the delivery, to make the delivery deadline. So we're just pushing it too quickly, just a bit too much. We're pushing it, and too busy looking at the clock rather than looking at the road ahead. Oh, that was a major collision. That was definitely through the windscreen and dead on the road. Seem to have come through the first lot of mountains. A resting place, one of probably very few on this route, but there's no point in going in there now because we don't need to rest, not at this precise moment in time. Argentina, we've just crossed the border. Now it looks like those mountains there have got snow on them. Yeah, they definitely have. But they're not that sandstone effect. That's the noticeable difference. So the snow texture has a problem with that sandstone effect. On the other mountains, that's why it doesn't work on it, the mod. there's a bloody roundabout. They're even harder to see. Truck dealership there, I think. Oh, it's a recruitment agency. And was it a truck dealership as well? I didn't quite catch what one it was. That's the other problem, you've got snow in the tunnels as well. And you obviously shouldn't have snow in the tunnels. So there are one or two little problems with this mod on certain maps, there's no doubt about it. I mean, for predominant areas of the map it works fine and it gives the you know, the desired effect, but on the other hand there are certain sections of maps, if the Mario map's anything to go by, where certain textures won't work, and the mod would need to be adapted somehow to allow it to work on these other textures. Almost caught it again, looking at the bloody clock. 3 hours left and there's a fuel station here. Right. Now, let me try and work this out. So that's 23. So the way I work it out, if I can take a rest now, we've got what, 300 miles or something still to go. We may well have enough time to then finish it. So let's see if we can take the rest, because we're to get there for 9 o'clock at night, so I say we should be okay as long as we don't drive off a cliff. Right, so that's 8 o'clock in the morning, right, so we've got 12 hours to get there. We've fully rested, so we should be fine. And we're going to finish in sort of milky daylight, I think would be the best way to describe it. Sometime in the afternoon, I would think. Maybe late afternoon. Yeah, with 325 miles to go, we should be fine. Well, that rest stop came at the right time, even though we weren't desperate to take a rest at that point. It was probably the last best chance we would have had. Couple of stray ponies. I have no clue where I am here, but the landscape and the snow effects here, we've got a lot of deep lying snow in this area. That looks quite good, but and the other thing is those hills there look fine, and so do those ones. This all looks nice. Again, far too quick into that corner. Far too much speed. And of course, when you get the braking late, then the braking doesn't have the desired effect because it's affected by the physics mod. Your braking takes a lot longer, or a lot longer stopping time. He's not going to slow up, he's just going to tear on. We're heading into the sunrise. quick look at the map, see where we're at. Right, so bash on. Now, why is he went the inside and decided to go on the outside? That always worries me. Ah, because of the exit. Missed it again that time. That wasn't good. I don't think there's any quick way through this one. No, there isn't. Suddenly went to a darker sky again there, that sky box. Yeah, we're losing it going down here at that speed. Well, the palm trees have got snow on them anyway. We're back to the no snowy texture sandstone again. That's what I was talking about there. That doesn't seem to want to take the effect at all. Get the anchors on. Right, we're on the dirt road now, but the snow effect's working in it. There's all those mountains in the background where there's none. Now this is going to be the slowest part of the trip, this last couple of 100 miles. Because we're going to get stuck in traffic like this, and because the road gets progressively more difficult. that's 11:40 in the morning, so we've got until 8 minutes past 9 in the evening to get there, so we will get there in time. And that's just too fast into that bend. Truck begins to twitch when you get into those bends too quickly. You lose adhesion. Yeah, it's just a pity that that texture won't work with this, because those mountains would look nice with snow on all over them. Is this the one with the traffic lights? Aye, it is. I know where I am now. Yeah, you've got the very narrow bit of the road here and the traffic lights. The guy's drilling at the side of the road. I was just thinking, trying to drive some of that heavy cargo or special transport stuff through this area is a bit dodgy. All the textures there are fine until you get to those mountains, and then it just looks a bit ugly. Other than that, I can certainly recommend the winter mod, but probably more so for the normal maps within the game rather than a lot of the mod maps, or the ones that it mentions it will work with, like pro mods and stuff like that. handy. Now, I think we might be getting to the point. I think this is us approaching what I call the death road. It seems familiar even though we've got the winter effect, but where we have the trees here, this is us getting to the last section of the route, and I'm pretty certain it narrows down into the death road section, like the road they have in Bolivia. I've done this numerous times, but it's a bit confusing with the snow on the ground. I think it possibly is it. We'll soon know once we get to these set of, there's a set of cones or something on the road, or bollards or whatever you want to describe them as, that are lit up, and I'm pretty certain that's where we join it. We join that section of the road. Because we've only got, what, 100 miles, less than 100 miles to go now, so we should be there. We shouldn't be that far along here. And that's then the most challenging part of the road, because it's a single track road, but you've got traffic going both ways on it. Well, you usually do. This is us at the start of it. Now here we go. To say traffic going both ways, but it's essentially a single track road. This is why I call it the death road, because if you look on the right hand side, you've got a huge drop, and now we can barely see the road surface with the snow effect on it. Why you've got to be careful here. Well, I don't think I went down the gears quick enough. No, we're sliding backwards. I knew this would be a problem. Not quite as big a problem as I thought it was going to be, but... Right, I think we're going to have to try and sneak past these guys and take a run at it. No. Right, get them out of the way. Oh shit, here's somebody coming. Right. There's only one solution, and that's to cheat. Right, let's get back down to here so we can take a damn run at this thing. I need to make sure I spawn and don't spawn off the cliff. Right, where are we there? Right. Hopefully that's us. Right, let's see if we can get the momentum. Hopefully nothing's coming on the other side. Oh, let's get down. Oh, Jesus. Right, we made it. We made it. Oh, just. Yeah. It's even scarier with the snow because you can't see the bloody road. That's not going to make it either. Too steep. And now we're going to get boxed in here. We're going to get boxed in. Yeah, we're boxed in. We've got no way out. We're going to push him off the cliff. Joy. I'm running into him, I can't go backwards. be the same again. The old bailout. Right, if we spawn here, no, that's too close. We won't get enough speed up. Hopefully here. That'll let him get out of the way. Oh, he's still sat in the hill, so that doesn't help. I wonder when he'll, when and whether he'll ever move. I don't think he is. I think we're going to have to try and sweep past him. I think I've crunched him into the bank and he can't move. He's locked. We've got the weather closing in as well. The first signs of snow. Oh no, tell me there's another truck there. Right, well we're just going to have to bail out it altogether. We'll be here all day trying to get past that. Just have to cheat our way around it. Right. The weather's finally closed in. And now we're getting a proper winter effect. This is looking more like it when you see this. If you just ignore the mountains in the background on this map, this looks excellent. We're definitely on the death road. You get the snow all blowing out from under the truck as well, which is a good effect. I haven't the foggiest idea where this damn road is. Cannot see it. The only guide I've got is the other traffic. No, if there was no traffic, in fact, the mistake I made there was the fact I never had enough acceleration to go up either of those two hills. I was taking it too careful. I can't remember whether there's another couple of hills coming, in which case I'll need to gun it in them as well. This is a tight bend. I knew this was going to be the toughest part of the trip, getting through this area. We're sliding into the corner. No traction at all. Oh, it's different certainly when the snow sets in. The grip definitely does go. Oh, that's okay. Now that's the brakes on full and they're just taking hold there. Let's look at where we are. If you've never seen this route before. We're somewhere up there and we're needing a rest. And here's another truck coming. Right. Oh, we're sliding all over the place. Where are we going? We're off the mountain. Oh shit! Absolutely no traction at all, and we are a goner. I think that's the first time I've ever fell off that cliff at that corner in this part of the map, and there was plenty of acceleration but absolutely no grip. So that's where this mod comes into force. Once the snow starts falling, you're in trouble, and I'm definitely in trouble there. Right, let's load one of these autosaves and see where we are. Oh, that was a bit of a disaster. Right, let's see. You try and accelerate up that hill, and you try and make the turn in the corner. You can't do it. Well, there's no snow again at this part. Right, let's try. See if the weather will hold off this time. Now, where the hell are we going now? We're going backwards again. I cannot see the road at all. Yep, here's the weather closing in again, and we've got no acceleration. Oh, we're going again! Jackknife! All our grip's totally gone. Oh, there's no way I can move here. I mean, I can't go anywhere here. I've just got to bail out. I've just got to bail out. I mean, I've already fallen off the mountain once. We're annoying this guy here. We've got a truck coming behind us. Oh, we can forget it. Right, see if we can spawn here and actually start moving. I think this is where we fell off the cliff, up at this corner here. I don't think we'll be able to move. Oh, we are. We're going. I'm sure this is where it happened. Oh, here's a car coming. I can't take any evasive action if I move and try and turn. Oh shit! I'm just going to disappear. I'm going to disappear off the edge. Yep, that's where I went over the edge, right there, trying to make this bend, and nothing happened. Right, and I think or was it further up? I can't remember now. But whenever I tried to turn right at the corner, again there was no traction at all. Just wanted to keep going straight on. And that's when the true physics take effect. The physics mod gives you lighter steering on corners, but once the actual snow starts falling, then it's 10 times worse. Right, see, this is a sharp bend here, so let's see whether we can make it. Because we started turning right, but the truck just wanted to keep going straight on. I think we're maybe going a bit too fast, but let's see whether we can do it this time. Nope, we're going again. We're going again. It does not want to turn. Oh yeah, you give us plenty of room to manoeuvre, buddy. Just right up my backside. Oh no. Oh no, no, what are we again? We're going again! We're going at the same bloody bit! Oh, Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. The exact same spot. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Where the hell are we? I've totally lost my bearings. Where the hell's the truck went? There it is there. So it's up here. Right. Where are we? Right, there we're down there. There we're down at the bottom. And it must be... Aye, it is. It's slightly downhill, but whenever you try and turn, on that bend there, it just will not take the bend at all. It just pushes you straight over the edge. Right, well, here we go again. Oh dear. Oh, that's funny, that. You couldn't do it if you tried. Well, we're back at the same spot where we're stuck in this hill. No, we're not going to make it up that hill because traffic's just going to start coming behind us. Right, we might as well not waste our time here because we'll never be able to move on that hill. So special transport, you've got no chance of getting through this. Absolutely none with this winter mod installed. Forget it. I mean, I don't even have special transport. But rest assured, you'd never make it. Right. And of course, we're now at the point the snow starts falling again. I'm going for the hat trick here. I'm going for the hat trick to fall off the cliff. I'm wondering why it must be whether it's the trailer that starts moving right, and then once the back end is over, it's gone. I mean, I don't think there's anything you can do to stop it. Right. I can't see anything here. I can't. I'm guessing that this is the road here. Right, there's those cones, right. Right, and then we come to the bend where we try and turn right into the sharp bend, but we then end up going left. So we know about that. This is it up here. Yeah, we'll put the lights on full beam. Maybe that'll stop us from sliding off the cliff. That's a good idea. Right. So we thought we'd take it easy into the corner and try and make it without sliding into the left. Let's go a wee bit further over. Hopefully nothing's coming. See if we can do it this time. Oh, there's a car coming. Nope, now what we're doing, what we've done here, we're caught up in something here. We're cutting it too fine, that's what's wrong. Oh no, we're grounded. That's what's wrong. We are grounded. Avoiding that bloody car. Oh, that's terrific, yeah. That's terrific, yeah. Here's the traffic coming. We can't move, we are stuck. Right, forget that then. Let's see if we can... If we can spawn here, past the trouble. I mean, getting along this in without the winter mod on it's perfectly okay. You do it no problem. But what a difference it makes. Right, this is where twice we've gone off the edge here at this corner. Twice, and you know that's the problem. The problem is it's downhill. That's the problem. And if you've not got the brakes on quick enough, the trailer starts to pull out to the right. Right, we're just going to baby it round here and see what happens. Right, this guy's trying to overtake us. Are you actually joking? I'm going as careful and as slow as I can. And God forbid anything's going to come the other side. See, there's the other problem. The other problem is I've got to try and make it up that hill. So you're coming into the corner, you're trying to accelerate, you've got no traction, and the trailer just flies over the edge. Now, was it that corner or is it this corner? I think it's this corner. I think it's this corner. Right. Either way, I went off the edge twice and I don't want to do it a third time. This guy at the back's got no patience whatsoever. Look at him. He's desperate to get past us. Right, hang on a minute. Pay attention. Right, wait a minute. We've got a tight bend coming up again. Please don't have any traffic coming towards us. And my driver's fallen asleep at the wheel now, so we're running out of time. I think we're past the trouble as far as that goes, but we've got another hill to get up here. To gun it there just to get up that. Right. I think there's another hill here. Drifting away. Oof, Jesus. Oof. We were almost gone there. We were almost gone. Daylight's going, with blizzard going, can't see the bloody road. Oh shit, there's another car. What a difference this makes to this part of the road. I mean, this is tight to drive along in a truck, normal weather, but I don't remember roadwork's been here. But now with this winter mod in, it makes it entirely different. I mean, those first two sections I had to bail out because the truck simply wouldn't make it. just no way to make it other than having a clear road, no traffic, and being able to get the foot down and keep momentum going to get up those hills. And the other big major problem I've got now is the driver, even though we've only got a few miles to go, he's going to bloody fall asleep here. I think we are almost through the worst of it. Maybe not. Maybe not. Well, at least we're not going to fall off the road here. We're just going to fall into a mountain. And I think that is the worst of it. Right, so we're through the worst part of it. I think that's the blizzard almost off. We're not making the corner again. We don't want to make the turn. Jesus. I can't see the road. I think this is the road here. I think that's it. Ah, there's some trucks. Right, I know where I am now. This is us at the end. Right. Right, there's the cones and the bollards I was talking about, but they're actually the end of it when you come this direction. Right. So now back onto the mountain road. How far are we still to go here? How far are we still to go? Oh, we've got no chance of getting there in time. Because that's us getting a reminder to reach the customer. Yeah, that's what's wrong. We've missed the bloody turn off. That's what happens in a blizzard. I've missed the turn off to the damn place. I'm wondering why it's showing 300 odd miles. That's how confusing it gets. We've gone past the bloody turn off to Wheeler and Webber. Oh, this has been a joke, this. That's exactly why I was confused. Because the turn-off's in there. And you couldn't see jack shit of where to turn. At least I couldn't. But the turning's actually in there. That's it in there. That's where we're supposed to go. Now I've totally lost myself here. Right. I'm gonna spawn there. Yeah, the turning's in on the left. It's a tight turn, but there's no way I even saw that. Now, I'm actually going to turn this corner. I'm going to have to change camera. Wait a minute. Right. This is down to bumper cam to actually see if we can find a road here. Right, we're on the rough part of the road again, that's okay. Yeah, my mind really got confused when I'm looking at the map and I say, why we suddenly get 300 odd miles to go when we only had a few miles to go 5 minutes ago, and I went past the bloody entrance to the village. That's hilarious. I mean, apart from that crash I had at the start of the trip, which again was purely my own fault, I mean, everything was more or less plain sailing, bearing in mind the winter mods installed, until we got to this last section, and now I'm falling asleep. And we fell off the cliff twice on the road of death, and then to top it all off, we missed the turn off. I had to bail ourselves out of that one. Oh, this has been a bit of an adventure. I always thought this would be the toughest part of the trip, but I never thought it'd be as much problems until the weather set in. Because once you get the snow going, it just can, and the grip goes, absolutely no grip at all. Yeah, it definitely creates a few problems, to say the least. Right, he's going to go again. He's going to be dozing again in a second. We need to get on the straight part before we run off the road. Right, there he goes. And we've almost gone off the road, I think we have. Now, well, I have absolutely no clue whatsoever as to where the road is. I mean, what the hell are we doing? Let's get right zoomed in. Well, there's a sign there, so we might be on the road. Is that it there? Oh, I think we're drifting left, right here, so this might be us back in the road. Oh, there's the road now, I can see the road. Oh, we're falling asleep. Right, we're driven right off the road now. Well, the trailer just wants to go one direction. Now, where's the entrance into this? Is that it there? I think that might be it. In which case we're too tight to make the turn. I don't know whether this is the right place we're going into or not, I haven't a clue. I can see that there's a place to park the damn vehicle, but I think it must be here, it can't be anywhere else. Oh, don't tell me it's against the fence, is it? Oh, it is. You know what? I'm not even going to park it, that'll do, we're done. We're late. We're late, we've arrived. What a disaster that ended up being in the end. And we need to go and take a rest now. Thank God that's over. Well, in summary, the winter mod by Grimes 6.8 I would suggest works on pretty much most maps, but with limitations as you've seen in the textures. But when you add the optional physics mod and the heavy winter mod, that really makes it interesting, especially when the weather changes. So if you want more fun driving, then obviously increase the ratio of the amount of rainfall you're going to get, because as soon as that snow started, that was real problems. Big difference on that road, even though it's a narrow tight road leading to the, you know, the approach to the village. I've done it a lot of times and never fallen off the cliff, never fallen off the edge with a dry road, but with that snow, forget it. You've got serious problems. And don't ever try and take heavy transport with that winter mod on this part of the map, because you'll never make it. Well, with that, folks, we will see you again sometime, no doubt.